What's up, y'all? Welcome to another review by Ryan. It is Saturday, July 2nd. I hope you guys are in good spirits and good health and are having a great start to your weekend so far. To those here in the United States, we are starting the 4th of July Independence Day celebration this weekend. And for all of my Anime Expo people, you are welcoming back Anime Expo on the West Coast in Los Angeles for the first time since the pandemic started. So for those of you who are at Anime Expo this week, I hope you are having a great time with lines and the fire marshal shutting things down and all the normal things that we come to know and love / hate about Anime Expo. But with that said, I'm really excited as always to do this reaction. We'll be reacting to the 11th episode of Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie. The title of today's episode is Not Just a Cutie. Last week continued what has been a week after week after week 10 out of 10 performance by this show. We have been treated with nothing but 10 out of 10 episodes since the cultural festival arc started. And even though the show was already relatively favorable to me, with me averaging between 8 and 8.5 for each episode, I really feel that this show took the next step up in just a perfect way when we hit the cultural festival arc and we had Kamiya get involved. But alas, last episode was not about Kamiya. It was not really about Shikimori. It was not really about Izumi or anyone else. It was about Hachimitsu. Hachimitsu, the real MC, the real best girl of sorts in this show. As you saw in my reaction video last week, I joked about that and said that this was Hachimitsu's Not Just a Cutie. The show title has been changed, the main MC has changed and everything. What a performance by Hachimitsu last episode. I can't begin to say enough things. She truly is the unsung hero of this group. And we truly got to see just how much she cherishes the friendships that she has gained with this group. She loves these guys. She really does. And even though, she was obviously having to do things that she was completely out of element doing, we saw time, and we've seen this throughout the season, but last episode, we had never seen it more than we saw last episode, with her willingness to go above and beyond, to sustain harm to herself, to really put herself in just an uncomfortable situation, but also be serious about something so that her and her friends can be successful. And again, it just continues to be wholesomeness through this show. Every character that we have been introduced to has just been wholesome. And they're just, I wish that every one of you, myself and everyone in between, could have a group of people like this that you can unconditionally trust to come through for you when it's time to come through. Because that's what Hachimitsu did for these people, for her friends, for this game. Last episode, she owned the episode last week. There was another 10 out of 10 episode, and I continue to just be blown away with how wonderful the story writing is and how well this story is being portrayed to us, the viewers. So I obviously just continue to be glowing about all the characters week after week, and last episode was no different, and I'm sure this week's episode is going to be the same thing. So before we start, Kaguya, as you know, most of our spring shows have come to an end, so we are now officially into the summer season. Week 1, I think this is officially week 1 now, per the rating board. So we're going to see ratings start falling in on Friday from Anime Corner regarding how the summer season is shaping up. We did see an end for pretty much everything. Tomodachi, Kaguya-sama with this outstanding ending they had. Spy X Family, which we'll pick up on the second cur next week. And various other shows, Data Live, and just a whole bunch of other shows that just had a wonderful run this spring. So as of such, normally I would be doing how Shikimori is doing, but obviously I already know how it's been doing, and I don't trust these rating boards anymore with this show anyway. However, I would also be around this time of the weekend be doing my top 10 via Anime Corner and Anime Trending. However, because we have started the summer season, there are no more week-by-week ratings, so there are no week-by-week ratings to present to you today with Anime Corner. So instead, I'm going to talk to you about the top 10 most anticipated shows for this season, courtesy of Anime Corner. And for those who just want to skip straight to the reaction, please check the chapters down in the description, and you can click the Start Reaction timestamp to start the official reaction. So, I'm going to go ahead and pull this up on the screen. And as I just said, a big thank you to those of you who voted in Anime Corner about what your top most anticipated shows of the summer 2022 season is. So, at the very top, and you know, there is an incredible amount of hype around this. While I think this falls number 2 on my list to one show we're going to talk about that's a little down the list, Classroom of the Elite is a highly anticipated second season, the follow-up to what was just a kind of bombshell ending in the first season of this 2017 anime production. I cannot begin to say how excited I am to see this gang of folks back on the screen. And if you have not watched season 1 yet, you literally have 24 hours to do it, because the second season of Classroom of the Elite will start this coming Monday, East Coast time. In second, Overlord, the 4th season. I have not watched any of the Overlord seasons, and that is on me. I think every year that an Overlord season came out, I was always infatuated with other shows that were out, and I never got around to the hype of Overlord, to watching it, but it continues to be ranked very favorably each and every season, and the community, you have spoken and agreed that Overlord season 4 is the second most anticipated show of the summer 2022 season. Third, Rent a Girlfriend's second season is a most anticipated show and is underway. The second season of the trashiest show out of this entire season started officially yesterday, and if you have not seen my reaction to it, I have posted my first episode reaction to the second season up here on my profile, in which we will follow Chizuru and Mami and Sumi and Ruka and this waste of space Kazumi Kazuya as they go down their just continued path of just ruin and indecisiveness and chaos, in which Mami is the only person who actually will move the plot along. So, but that has started. So if you want to see it, it is now available on Crunchyroll for those who are subscribed on whatever platform you watch your anime on. In fourth, The Devil is a Part-Timer. This is another show that I personally will not be video reacting to. I know it is a highly anticipated show, and a lot of people really did love the first season. However, I did not watch the first season. I only watched one episode of the first season, and I think I got caught up in other shows at the time and was unable to, not so much unable, I just forgot to finish it. So as of such, I'm probably not going to be done with it in time for its second season starting, so it's not something I'll be video reacting to, but it is another highly anticipated show, also one that has been many years in the making and is your number 4 most anticipated. In number 5, Call of the Night. I don't really know much about this show other than it being vampire oriented, so if this is your cup of tea, Call of the Night is in number 5 of the top 10 most anticipated of the summer season, and I do hope you enjoy it when it starts. Wow, and then, you have something else that's probably going to be trash. Number 6, My Stepmom's Daughter is my ex, or my ex-girlfriend, or my ex-girlfriend is my stepsister, whatever way you want to word the title. It's actually written out in 2 different ways in the English writing of it. But either way, wow, this is going to be a mess. I am going to be video reacting to this catastrophe. Some of you have told me in some of the forums that I'm in that it's actually a really good manga read and that it should translate to a very good show. And, I believe that it's by the same people that did Higehiro. So, I'll give it a chance and we'll see how it goes. So definitely look out for my reactions when that show starts. That show is starting on Wednesday. So Wednesday, July 6th is when that show will start. And I will aim to have my reactions up as soon as possible once it begins. Number 7, Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon Season 4, otherwise simply known as Danmachi Season 4. We follow Hestia and her guild as they continue through these different dungeons and different challenges and picking up new people along the way. This definitely is a series that I have to tell you, it continues to amaze me how successful it's been. I've had a love-hate relationship with the Danmachi anime. The first season, I loved the first season. The second season, I despised it. The third season, I love the third season. And so with number 4, I'm hoping that it's not going to be I'm going to despise it just because of how my ratings have been going with it. But it really has been a hit and miss with this entire series, yet it continues to be well-loved, well-cherished, and it just keeps getting rates to a point that if it's continuing to get watches, well, it's going to continue showing up as one of your most anticipated shows each time a new season is announced. So it is number 7 on this top 10 list. In number 8, Made in Abyss, the Golden City of the Scorching Sun. Wow. So none of you know this, but I did not watch the original 2017 Made in Abyss until about a week ago. I finally picked it up after I made an announcement that I would react to the second season. I watched the first season early last week, and I watched the third movie, which is the follow-up direct sequel and shows us the fifth layer, about 2 or 3 days ago. And I gotta tell you, this is my number 1 most anticipated show of the year. It's ranked number 8 here, but it is my number 1 most anticipated show. I'm not ready for whatever's gonna come from this show. There's no happiness to be found here. And normally when we get an ounce of happiness, it takes away. And as you all know who have watched this show, this is a very dark show. It's a very mature show. It talks about a lot of realistic elements that humanity even follows to this very day. And I cannot wait to see what we're going to learn as Riko and Reg and Nanachi go down into the 6th layer, which is known as the layer that there really is no return. It is the final dive. They will never come back up from the 6th layer again. So that is your number 8 most anticipated show, but it is my number 1 most anticipated show for the season. Number 9, Engage Kiss. That is a show I will be watching, but it is not a show I will be reacting to due to my video reaction limit that I set on myself due to my very busy work schedule I'm going to have for the next few weeks. So many apologies for that, but I do hope you enjoy Engage Kiss. And Shadow's House second season, I did watch a couple of episodes of the first season, but also was a show I did not really finish. But it came in right at number 10 for your most anticipated show you are looking forward to this summer. So this is your list courtesy of Anime Corner. If your show made the top 10 as the most anticipated, I hope that you enjoy whatever comes of that show. If it didn't make the top 10, but it's on the top list, but it's on the list in general, I hope you enjoy it. And as a reminder, you can see the current list of all summer shows that will be airing either via my anime list, crunchyroll.com/news, or whatever you use for your anime reacting and voting service. So with that said, thanks a lot for joining me for that little segment to talk about our anticipated shows for the summer. And without further ado, it is time for the reaction to the 11th episode of Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie. Again, the title of today's episode is Not Just a Cutie. So let's go ahead and get my headphones on. And we will get this episode started in 3, 2, 1. Hey, Mama Bat! Mama Bat! How? How every alarm fell? How do these things keep happening? How? You can't help but feel bad for this guy. Literally. I mean, this man. Again, just great people all around. Whether he was in middle school or high school, just great people. How? I feel like you did that intentionally. Again, I said this last episode. They is doing this intentionally. How a fallen teddy bear come out of nowhere? Mm. Damn. I mean, again, this poor guy, he just could never catch a break. Aw, and she did appear. Yes, she did. Oh, man. I mean, again, and despite all the bad luck this man continues to have week in and week out as we watch this show, he never stops trying. Like, and his group never gives up on him either. So, whew, every time I see this part of the opening, I tell you, episode 8 was a special type of beast. She was so over everything. Exactly. You gotta be grateful. Hey, we should get some more time with the brother on screen, no lie. You know damn well it will never matter to that man. Actually, it's a good point. We have not had just them two together in quite a bit now. Oh, her other bro. Her other bro. Come on, y'all know we gotta get a kiss for the season over. Come on now. Yo! that face! Oh, man. Honestly, even if it messed up, girl, he ain't gonna care. Gotta come save the day. Ha! Y'all didn't even recognize it. Okay. Oh my goodness. I mean, same. Shikimori just be holding everybody's hands. She helps everyone be better. It's just. Yes, she is. Ooh. Oh. Little Shikimori is cute. Mhm. Oh, bruh. See, now y'all about to get y'all ass whooped. Y'all done messed up now. Yeah, like, why y'all gonna do that when I know she's. Let me look. Don't you. I'm about to say, don't you raise your hand. Don't you raise your hand. You won't have that arm no more. Oh. Hmm. I mean, it do be like that. Just go to sleep one day, wake up the next day, yeah, I'm done. Again, I've been saying this week in and week out, supportive siblings, supportive parent. What it I'm just not used to this. Everyone's supportive. Of course. This would be. Of course. So that's. Oh my goodness. And she's probably also going to stop right after Nationals. Yep. Aww. I mean, I'd have been fine with either look. It's fine, you know. But it's cool. She just wanted to be a girl, and that's fine. Losing weight. What's there to lose? You've been doing karate. I know you don't got no weight. You shoot way better than me. Aww. Stuck in a tree. How, how this man's exam ticket get stuck in the tree? Just give him a replacement ticket. It's fine. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Good old Shikimori, I tell you. You didn't blow anything. Damn, I forgot this man already? Is that why you wouldn't have oh my goodness. He absolutely is not. My man is captivated. And that was a wrap. It was all over. Everything was set in stone. With that look. You should be. Oh my goodness. Wow, rude. Yeah, that life be expensive. I think we're gonna get a kiss the next episode, which is our last episode too. I hope so. Oh. Just wow. Such a supportive family. Everyone's just so supportive. Yeah. That was nice. That was really nice. All right, so just to kind of unpack there with that was a relatively settled episode, and we got to see more of her brother Fuji and Shikimori herself when they were younger and doing karate. And obviously, I think we pretty much already knew that Shikimori was clearly very tomboyish growing up, and that was further confirmed. But we saw her, obviously she fell in love with the concept of love from reading a manga, and it's comical that that's the way that started her down the path of where we're at today. But you really do, as a sibling, when you're the younger one, it's very easy to want to look up and to satisfy people's expectations, want to follow follow the role or follow whatever that sibling or that parent or whoever it is that you look up to in your family to follow their role. And in Shikimori's case, one thing that I, again, continue to really appreciate about the characters in this show is there is not really any toxicity that's present with the family members and the brothers and sisters, the siblings that are present here. Everyone tries to boost each other up in their own way. I didn't know what I was going to think about her mom for a moment, but she was supportive too. And it just continues to be wholesomeness after wholesomeness after wholesomeness, having a great foundation. And I always say that a great foundation does start at the home. And the reason that a lot of us are kind of screwed up as we became adults is because that foundation did not start at home. We were, ridiculed and judged for whatever we chose to or didn't choose to do. And if you went down one path and your parent wanted you to go down another path, or you and your siblings, y'all chose to go in completely different directions, it can cause distress. And in real life, unfortunately, there is not as much support as there should be for each other, both in your family and then, of course, amongst your friendships and beyond. So it was really nice to see that they realized that, she may have had other things that she wanted to be interested in, that she wanted to pursue. And it was nice seeing that her brother, kind of gave her the little push, like getting her the lip balm, the lipstick, and, just little things here and there to kind of edge her to doing something more on what she wants to do. Obviously, she's always going to be tomboyish, but that's just what it is. That's just her nature. But she wanted to be a girl at the forefront of things, and she wanted to pursue this thing called love. And, well, obviously, she couldn't have landed a better person. And I got to tell you, that entire segment of her and Izumi first meeting and his ticket flying into the tree, I mean, who has luck quite like that? I tell you, probably me. I ain't gonna lie, probably would have been me, because I won't say my luck was as bad as his is at that age, but it was not exactly the best either. So I actually ran into a tree back in my high school days. Actually ran into a tree messing around with a softball in my backyard. Literally threw it in the air, ran towards it, and when I caught it and ran into the tree, it was a bloody mess and everything. So, I had little incidents like that happen here and there, but not on a day-by-day basis. So that's probably another reason why I defend Izumi as a character, because there are people who just literally cannot catch, they just can't catch good luck for anything. Shoot, even now, I lose my keys all the time. All the time. I stay losing my keys. I actually just got air tags. They're the things that are from Apple that you can put on like your wallet and your keychains and stuff like that. And I had to do that because even now, at the age of 30, I still mess around and lose my keys almost every other day. So I feel the frustration, to a high level when it comes to Izumi and his bad luck. But, the two best people definitely did come together at the end. And even though I said this about all the way back in episode 8, had Kamiya appeared before Shikimori, they both would have been great people to be with Izumi. I do feel that the best possible couple circumstance did happen here. And, it's just they both had to overcome their own struggles coming up through middle school and beyond to kind of become the people that they are now. And they're still kids, so they're still growing. I expect there's still going to be things that they're going to have to deal with as a couple, like when we saw, Shikimori have her questioning of herself and her ability to be a good woman to Izumi, especially since, there are going to be people who are going to be recognizing the good in him more and more. And so watching this episode just kind of brings everything full circle that, she's a wonderful girl. Izumi's a wonderful guy. And again, Fuji, Shikimori's brother, What a Chad. That man is awesome too. Along with his shyness of strangers. It's actually a little bit similar to me. I'm much better with it now, with associating with strangers as I get old, because working, as professionals in the professional working world, you kind of are forced to have to either adapt or you're going to fall behind and you're going to always be scared of people. So, but I'm still like him. Like if someone just approached me in the mall and I didn't know anything about them and we weren't really talking about anything that, like, there was no conversation leading up to them talking to me, I probably would have been similar to him. So, yeah, so Fuji's pretty awesome too. But this was a really good episode, was really wholesome, as I come to expect from this show week in and week out. And I'm just really sad to say that next week when I do this reaction, it will be the last episode of Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie. So as I wrap up this reaction, I truly do want to tell all of you who have watched my Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie reactions, thank you so much for watching these reactions and for watching this show. I genuinely believe this was one of the better shows I watched this spring season. Obviously the MAL ratings do not acknowledge that. The Anime Corner ratings do not acknowledge that, and most of the rating boards do not acknowledge that. But I truly believe that we are not used to seeing wholesome, non-toxic friendships and families. We are not used to seeing that. We get a lot of animes where families are fragmented over power or whatever the other circumstance is. Family members are dead. Siblings hate each other. Siblings are trying to kill each other. We've gotten used to so many toxic things in different animes that when something like this show comes through and the issues in the show are just, they're general things that we all struggle with, but it's not toxic people that aren't trying to be supportive. We don't know what to do. We literally don't know what to do. So in a way, I'm going to forgive the community for rating this show so poorly. I hope that as your anime tastes change. If you do watch this video and you absolutely hated Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie, I hope that a couple years later you come rewatch this show again and you realize, well, damn, this actually was a pretty damn good show, because it absolutely is. It's probably going to settle at a 9 for me collectively for the entire season. And again, it wasn't 8 collectively, but after the cultural festival arc, I had to increase my rating of this show because it just, for almost all the elements, it hit almost all the marks perfectly. So yeah, we'll definitely see. And as far as me ranking Shikimori a 10 out of 10, there are certain things that will have to go into place in the last episode. I'm not going to completely rule it out. It's doubtful that I'm going to put it all the way to a 10, but it is a strong 9. And I do believe we're going to have a great wrap up next week when the final episode airs. So with that said, that is my reaction to the 11th episode. Thank you so much for watching. And also, if you are watching my video part of a mashup channel, because I just found out that my Shikimori's videos have made it to some of the mashup channels, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for finding your way back to my page. And with that said, since you are here, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. And if you want to be one of the first to be notified when a new reaction becomes available, hit the bell icon. So with that said, it's almost time to say goodbye to this really wonderful, wholesome show. We have one more week to go, and I will see all of you lovely people next week for the season finale of Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie. Until then, catch you later.